What do we have here? Looks like a big, ugly yellow pile of metal. No, that's not what it is. This is a new, old John Deere 450 Crawler loader backhoe that I just picked up. And I promise this is the last piece of equipment that I'm buying for a while. I basically have everything I need to do everything I need to do up here at the property to get things where I need to get them to build the house. This here is a late 70s, early 80s. I don't even know the year, believe it or not. It was sold to me as a late 70s, but there's some indications that it's early 80s. John Deere 450C dozer with a loader and a big backhoe on the back. This machine is in unbelievably good condition. Remarkable condition for the age. It's very low hours. It's a one-owner machine. It was owned by the fellow that purchased it brand new, who just recently passed away, and his wife just couldn't stand to go out into the garage and see it. It was garaged for its entire life. It doesn't have a lot of wear on it at all. If you look at the undercarriage here, it's just in remarkable condition. I don't believe this is the original paint job, but this is exactly how I got the machine. I mean, grease blurting out from virtually all of the fittings. This fellow took very, very good care of this machine. And of course it's a Deere, so it's like Ford and Chevy. But it's a Deere. The Backhoe Station is pretty traditional. It's got a big ditching bucket on it, which is exactly what I'm going to use it for. Ditching up the driveway and the road. My excavator is far too large with a 1.25 yard bucket on it to justify ditching with. It's got a ledge bucket on it too, so I've moved a little bit of dirt with this since I've gotten it. I've probably only got about an hour on it. There are a couple of little service items that need to be done. There's a minor leak in one of the hydraulic lines that it's dripping, I don't know, once every few seconds, which is far too much for my liking. But it's a very powerful machine. This pile was 3 or 4 times the size that you see right now. With about 15-20 minutes worth of work, I was able to really move a lot of material around. I'm still getting the feel for it. I don't have a lot of experience running a direct drive dozer. Direct drive meaning that it's always moving until you tell it to not move. So I'll show you a little bit more about that in a second. So this is a kind of a view of the operator station here. The important controls are the transmission. It's got this little door to prevent you from putting it in gear accidentally. It's got reverse, neutral, high, and low. Get zoomed in on that a little bit. And here's how you steer this bad girl. Again, direct drive is when both tracks are always moving. This will stop the left one, causing you to turn left. This will stop the right one, causing you to turn right. This here is the throttle, and this here is the loader control. Unfortunately, when we got the machine, it came with a couple of bad batteries, so I did need to replace those. And in one way, it feels good to have brand new, fresh batteries, and the price tag was not pretty. They're $100 a piece, but they are 1140 cranking amps at 32 degrees, so it's probably more than that in warm weather. Cranks 950 at 0. These are heavy-duty commercial batteries. Picked them up at Napa. At least I know they're good products. All right, why don't we fire it up? First thing we do is we make sure it's in neutral, and it is. And I always just like to flip this neutral safety. Then I turn the key to the on position, and it's got a start button. It's funny how these new automobiles, like the Lexus, has a start button on it, and they're just getting around to doing that in the late 2000s. but this machine's over 35 years old, and they've been using a start button ever since. So I've noticed that it doesn't always start because this neutral lever needs to be really firmly positioned in neutral. So we'll just try it and see what happens. Fired right up. It's kind of a very intimidating command post here, to be sitting here. My left foot here is the clutch. Right foot's the brake. We'll start by lifting this bucket. At a very low throttle right now, so things are moving in slow motion. This thing is crazy. Tell me you would like to see that thing coming straight at you. I don't think so. This thing is pretty mean. I'll tell you, when trying to make the decision whether to get a crawler, loader, dozer type machine, or just a traditional tractor wheel loader type of machine, there are pros and cons to both, but I found that the dozer is probably going to be more suited toward what I'm interested in doing. Right now the property, as you can see, is, all I've been able to share with you so far is this lower landing portion here, but this only accounts for, I don't know, half an acre's worth of land, and there are 20 acres of property that need to be dealt with, and it all looks like this. It's brutal. So using a wheel loader in this type of terrain is not favorable, whereas a crawler machine makes a lot of sense because they're much more difficult to get stuck and they're easier to get unstuck. Let's give the backhoe a try. We'll give it some throttle first. Really looks like some strange prehistoric dinosaur. So this is just my initial walk around of my new old John Deere 450 crawler, dozer, loader, backhoe, beast. Kind of a cool setup. I'll keep you posted and let you know how everything goes with it. I'll take you along on some work details. Show you what this thing's actually going to do in the field. Also, if you guys have used one of these machines, I'd really like to hear what your opinions are. Hear from one side that they're clunky and slow, and the other side says that they are a must-have for any homesteader or person that's interested in tackling a big property job. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, comment. Love to hear your feedback. Thanks a lot.